All right, gymnastics pressing, accessory work. A couple of things. We're going to start off nice and slow this week. This week we have 3 accessory movements. We're going to do them superset style, but it is a relatively high volume, so it'll make sense once we start. You'll realize, I'm not going to do 3 sets of this or 2 sets of this in a row. So that means we're going to start with some shrugs, some overhead shrugs essentially. And then we're going to move on to something called the lift and shift, and then we're going to do a set of negatives, and then we'll go back through it. And we're only going to do 2 rounds of this today because it is relatively high volume, and when we get to the negatives and you watch that video, you'll understand why that's going to take a little bit longer. Okay, so let's start off with the shrugs. This is essentially the polar opposite of the scap pull-ups that we were doing during the warm-up, during the warm-up during our pull-up cycle. So this is basically the opposite of that, but now that we're pressing, and in some cases vertically pressing, you'll understand why this is not just a warm-up for us. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate on a box because everything we do here can be done on a box. Some of the exercises I'll prefer everybody do on a box, and I will make it known when that is the case. These shrugs can be done in a handstand. I'm going to demonstrate it on a box, and just know that anybody can use either one. I am shirtless, not because I love myself, but because I think you'll be able to see the scapulas moving, and I want you to be able to see that for this. It is just like any other, it's like a scapula push-up or like a scapula pull-up in that the goal is to try not to move my arms or not to bend my arms, but rather let my scaps do the work, right? So basically, it is an unlocking, relocking, or a depression, extension of my scapulas, and you should be able to feel that. With a box, 2 things of note. Number 1, widen your legs to help with balance. So I have a 24-inch box over here. I'm going to spread my legs across them as best I can. And then anytime we do something that's meant for handstand push-ups and we're using a box, we want to get as vertical as possible, which means brace your core, lengthen or heighten your hips, and try to face the box. Okay, I'm going to try to talk to you while I'm doing it, but I will be probably facing the box. Both feet on the box, wide for balance. Walk my hands in until I'm pretty vertical. From here, I should already have a nice active shoulder, but I'm going to depress, press, depress, press, depress, press, depress, press, depress, press. And we're going to do 20 of those, and you can accumulate those 20. I realize it's a relatively high volume. We have to pack on a little bit of volume at the beginning of this cycle just to get used to it. All right, so good luck with that. And again, you can do that from a handstand against the wall position for those of you who are comfortable with that. All right, enjoy.